Yeah, I'm at the library and I'm having a very difficult day because nobody wants to enforce my rights. Yes, but I've got some personal issues I thought I should tell you about. Yes, my cigarette machine is broken. Yes, and I have no money. Yes. Now, I mentioned this the last couple of days that somebody thought, well, we're not going to allow him to have any money. Yes, he won't have enough bus money to get to Port Townsend to his court hearing today. Yeah, he will miss his court hearing, and then they will issue a failure to appear where I will end up going to jail. Yes, and then we'll have him admitted to a mental facility. Where we're going to administer psychotropic medication against his will. Now, last night the boils showed up again, the boils on my ass cheeks. Yes. hmm And I'm going to need to take a shower at the YMCA, and I'm needing $6.50. Oh, $4.50 to buy a new cigarette rolling machine and $2 to take a shower. And then there's the whole issue of not having any food and not getting the deposit and the rent for the emergency room. Yes. Seems like nobody has any money, and everyone had planned on obstructing me from being able to get to Port Townsend today. It seemed like that was the big plan. Maybe some of those in the whining sisterhood thought that, well, if he can't roll any cigarettes, he can't get the $4.50 he needs to get on the bus. Yes. And if he doesn't get to Port Townsend today, they'll issue a failure to appear. Yes. And then they'll issue a warrant for his arrest and he'll be transported across county lines. Yeah. Now, I'm going to have to go to the food bank today and I've arranged for somebody to give me a ride. So I will only have approximately an hour and 15 minutes at the library this morning. Yes. And then I'm going to go and sit there for an hour and a half and I'm going to read some documents that I that downloaded last night. Yes. It seems like the Department of Labor has some of the actual collective bargaining agreements of some public entities. Yeah, and I don't know why everybody doesn't have to submit to the Department of Labor their collective bargaining agreements. I would have thought that there was thousands of them on there. Yes, but I did find the Public Employees Union of Washington State. Yes. And this thought of issuing fraudulent protection orders where my wife has an excuse not to go to work. Right. Why don't you get me all the protection orders of each and every unionized employee of the government? Yes. That has to tell their employer, well, I have to go to court today because of the allegation of violating a protection order. Yes. Or I need to give you, the union, a copy of the protection order so that I can leave work whenever I need to because we have some sort of issue. Yes. It seems that the public employees don't like working as if being a government employee was such a bad thing. Now, I'm a little upset at the unions today. Pow. They refuse to acknowledge my rights as the respondent. Yes. So why don't you get me all those union, both private and public unions? Yes, that they represent the collective bargaining of the employees. Yes, yes, yes. And then could you call all the employees of the Department of Labor? I have a document where the petitioner didn't acknowledge it, and under the penalty of perjury, she has no liability. And then there's the forgery of the ex officio Superior Court clerk. Now, I'm going to be suing this state and every state of the United States for knowingly allowing for a fraudulent protection order, yes, to excuse my wife from her employment in the Brennan School District. Pooch! And then I'm going to go through the collective bargaining agreements. Now, the Department of Labor should know, yes, that counties are issuing fraudulent court orders, yes, and then they're arresting the respondent for the allegation of crime where I wasn't in Sequim, Washington. Yes, I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. Yes. Now, I'm going to sue each and every union for violating certain laws of the Department of Labor. Yes. And then there's that wage garnishment. Now, I just had a few minutes last night. It seemed like somebody was obstructing my right to use my 777 drive. I deleted a lot of documents accidentally. Pooch! Spent about an hour researching things. Yes. Could you get me the right to garnish the wages of those that owe back child support? Yes. I had mentioned that I hadn't got a copy of the dissolution of marriage, and Clallam County didn't protect my right to get notice and opportunity to be heard before giving custody of my sons. The Consumer Protection Act, it would make it criminal to not protect the rights of the respondent before deciding to issue a dissolution of marriage. Now, I'm wanting to sue this state and every state for having any knowledge of a dissolution of marriage where I didn't get notice of court hearings. Yes, but you could garnish my wages. Now, I'm very upset today. Okay, so why don't you put that little lizard in your ass, because I'm going to plan a barbecue tonight. I'm going to plan a fucking barbecue. Now, I want you to remove your fraud today. I'm going to sue this county. Yes, I'm going to sue Jefferson County. Yes, I'm going to sue every county in the state of Washington for having any knowledge of fraudulent protection orders that excuse a person from having to go to work in any school district of the United States of America. Ouch! So why don't you just get me those? Because I think that there's some teachers that make up bullshit about their spouses or lovers so that you could issue a protection order saying it's domestic violence or child abuse so that they can tell their employer anytime they want to take a day. I'm not now. Oops. It's in the collective bargaining agreement. Oh, and this wage garnishment for the back child support and the welfare that my wife received. Yes, without any due process, it violates the Consumer Protection Act. Pooch! So could you call the Department of Labor?